Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Thank you for the applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and thank you. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about Impact Wrestling for October the 21st, 2021. So yeah, man. So this is the go home show for Bound for Glory. So this is the go home show for Impact Wrestling for Bound for Glory. And yeah, man. Overall, good show, decent. You know, all they did tonight was set us up for Bound for Glory. That's this Saturday. And yeah, man. Now with this show, man, we had a face-to-face. We had a face-to-face promo, man. We had a face-to-face with Christian Cage and Josh Alexander. So I thought that was really good, man. Just the back and forth between the guys on a microphone was really good. And yeah, man, we also had Heath Slater, not Heath Slater, or Heath. We had Heath and Rhino. You know, Rhino still trying to, decide which side he's on. Is he gonna be with Violent by Design or Heath? So yeah, I thought that stuff was really good too, man. We had the Pick Your Poison match with Mickie James and Savannah Evans. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's pretty much all that happened on tonight's show, man. And yeah, just like what I said earlier, they preparing us for Bound for Glory. That's this Saturday. And so yeah, man. So yeah, that was pretty much what happened on Impact Wrestling tonight. And so yeah, man. So yeah, also in this review, I will be making my predictions at the end of the show. So I'm gonna be making it on the end of the show. And so yeah, man. And if you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I am here every single week, man. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, of course, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and Saturdays and Sundays are for WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, man. So I'm here. And so yeah, man. So we start off the show with a tag team match, and it was the Bullet Club. Representing the Bullet Club, we had Chris Bahh and Hikuleo versus FinJuice, and that's David Finlay and Juice Robinson. So yeah, man. So we had a huge shoulder tackle to Finlay from Hikuleo, and then we had a double team moves to Chris Bahh from FinJuice, and so we had a double bulldog to Hikuleo from FinJuice. And so yeah, man, Hikuleo hit a spinning sidewalk slam to Finlay, and then both teams were going back and forth. We had a hot tag to Juice. He took out Bahh, and then we had a huge back body drop to Bahh from Juice. So that's wow, man. Chris Bahh, man, he was flying, man. He went flying, bro. Like the height that he threw this guy up, man, off of that back body drop, man. Chris Bahh went flying. And so yeah, man. So we had a cannonball to Bahh from Juice. We had a Russian leg sweep, big boot combo to Bahh from FinJuice, and then Hikuleo broke up the pin. And so yeah, man. So yeah, at one point, man, we had Finlay. He hit the Irish curse on Chris Bahh, and so right off of the move, Chris Bay's foot had hit the referee in the face, so it knocked the referee out. And so yeah, man. So Hikuleo he chokeslammed Finlay, and then Hikuleo he put Bahh right on top of Finlay for the cover. And then referee of course is still knocked out, so another referee came out to the ring, made the count. Finlay kicks out. And so yeah, man. So Bahh tried to go for his finishing move, the art of finesse, to Finlay, but Finlay dodged it. And so yeah, man, we had a hot tag to Juice. He had his jabs on Hikuleo. And so yeah, Hikuleo hit a snap power slam to Juice. So that was really nice, man. A nice move, bro. And so yeah, man. So we at one point we had Juice Robinson. He pinned Hikuleo, and then we had Chris Bahh. He pinned Finlay. So all at the same time. And so referees was counting. And so yeah, referee was counting, or the referees were counting. And so yeah, so the bell had rung, and we have no winner. So both referees were, yeah, one referee was saying that the Bullet Club won the match, and the other guys were the illegal people. So one referee said that the Bullet Club won the match, and another referee said that FinJuice won the match. So referees were arguing, and FinJuice and the Bullet Club were arguing. So that was pretty much it. So the match ended in a draw. And so yeah, man. So yeah, and yeah, this was a number one contenders match. This was a number one contenders match, I believe it was. And so yeah, man. So yeah, at the end of the night, we all knew what was gonna happen. Like this draw, both teams are gonna get added to the match, to the championship match, and so that's what happened tonight. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so Scott D'Amore, he was backstage. He addressed the Impact World title, or the Impact Tag Team title situation. And so yeah, D'Amore, he has said that he will make he'll make a decision later on tonight. And so yeah, man. So he did end up making a decision later on tonight. So it was a triple threat tag team match for the Impact World Tag Team titles. So yeah, man. So yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. So that should be good, man. That should be good. Triple threat tag team match, man. Bullet Club versus members of the Elite versus FinJuice. So that should be really good. And all these teams are gonna be in the ring at the same time. So no tags. All gonna be in the same ring like a tornado tag. So yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. Josh Alexander. We had a vignette of him. He was talking about his upbringing and what brought him in professional wrestling and how he got into professional wrestling. His job that he did. And so then he talked about his neck injury and how his neck injury motivated him. And so yeah, man. So Alexander, he talked about breaking into the United States as a pro wrestler, and try to get his name out there. And so yeah, man. And then he talked about getting signed to Impact Wrestling. They showed a video of him signing a video of Scott D'Amore with Josh Alexander, handing Josh Alexander the contract, an Impact, not an Impact Championship, but Impact contract. So Scott D'Amore handed Josh Alexander the contract in that video. And so yeah, so Alexander, he was talking about the X Division Championship title, the the history behind it, the history behind the X Division title, and all the guys that held it in the past. And he talked about his reign as the X Division champion and his match with Chris Sabin. And so yeah, man. So Alexander, he was like, he wanted to fight the best, and Christian Cage is the best, so he wanted to beat the best. So, and yeah, Josh Alexander, he said that he's not gonna accept failure. And so yeah, man, that was pretty much it, man. And yeah, the vignette was long, man. It was really long. It took up most of the time, but yeah, that was pretty much it with the vignette, man. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. And yeah, Josh Alexander, I think he will win that championship, man. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so right after that, man, we had a tag team match. So yeah, it was a 1, 2, 3. It was a triple threat tag team match. And so this match came out of nowhere, man. Came out of nowhere. So we had Jordynne Grace and Fallah Bahh versus Chelsea Green and Crazy Steve versus Tenille, Dashwood, and John Skyler. And so yeah, so basically this is for they building up momentum for the digital championship. And so yeah, so I did not care about this match, man. So yeah, man. So yeah, Grace, she had a spine buster to Dashwood, and then Grace went for the Vader bomb to Skyler. So Vader hit a or Vader. I mean Jordynne Grace hit a Vader bomb to Skyler. And so Fallah at one point tried to go for the Banzai drop, but Skyler had knocked down Fallah Bahh off of the top rope. And so to end the match, man, we had Tenille Dashwood. She hit the spotlight to Fallah Bahh to win the match. So Fallah Bahh was pinned by Tenille Dashwood, bro. Oh my god, man. Got pinned by a woman. But yeah, man. Yeah, that was it, man. I did not care about this match. With this was this digital championship. I hope it's not like the 24/7 championship. I hope it's not like the 24/7 championship. But yeah, man. But we'll find out. We'll find out who the first champion will be. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Rhino, man. We had Rhino. He came out and he was supposed to speak. We was gonna hear. Rhino was about to break his silence. So, he didn't even say a word. He didn't say a word at all. And so Heath Slater had interrupted before Rhino could even talk. Rhino had a mic in his hand and everything, and Heath just came out. His theme music had interrupted, and so he was trying to talk sense to Rhino, saying that he's confused and all that stuff. And they were talking about their upbringing as a tag team. They've been through a lot together, and so he talked about his injury. Heath got hurt, and Rhino never talked to him. He's been ignoring Heath Slater. And so yeah, man. So he had said that Violent by Design is brainwashing Rhino. And so yeah, and so he said that he loved Rhino. He loved Rhino, and his daughters, Heath Slater's daughters, misses their Uncle Rhino. And so we had an Uncle Rhino chant from the crowd. And so Violent by Design interrupted. So that's Eric Young, Deonna, and Joe Doran that came out. And so Eric Young, he took the microphone away from Rhino. And so yeah, man. So Violent by Design, Young, he had said that Violent by Design is forever, and that you can't leave Violent by Design. Once you're in Violent by Design, you're in. You're not leaving Violent by Design. You made a pact with us. And so yeah, yeah. On one side you had Heath on one side talking sense to Rhino, and you have Eric Young on the other side trying to get Rhino to join back with Violent by Design, or to stay with Violent by Design. And so yeah, man. So yeah, again, Heath Slater was saying that Violent by Design brainwashed Rhino. And so yeah, and so Young said something that pissed off Heath Slater. And so he went to go, he was about to punch Eric Young in his face, but Violent by Design ended up taking out Heath Slater. As Heath Slater was getting taken out by Violent by Design, Rhino, he just stood there in silence. He didn't do a thing. He didn't do nothing. And so yeah, man. So yeah, and then Deonna, he got right on top of Heath Slater and started unloading on Heath Slater, and then Rhino, he pulled Deonna right off of Slater, off of Heath. And so yeah, man. So and then yeah, Rhino looked like he was going for the gore. He looked like he was going for the gore, and he was aiming at Heath Slater. And so Eric Young, he was telling Rhino to cut Heath in half, like cut him in half. And so yeah, man. So Rhino, he just left. He didn't follow any orders. He just left, and he left through the crowd. And so yeah, man. So Young ordered Rhino to get back into the ring, and Rhino, he just walked away. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so Heath again trying to fight back. And so yeah, the numbers had caught up to Heath Slater. And so yeah, man. So yeah, Young, he had the Violent by Design flag. So yeah, I forgot that, man. I forgot that Eric Young, he's physically involved, and he got physical. I forgot to bring that up. For the past week, he got physical. So Eric Young, he is cleared to compete. So yeah, man. So yeah, so he got physical, and I forgot to mention it weeks ago, and he got physical tonight on Impact. And so yeah, he broke the flag, the Violent by Design flag, over Heath Slater's back, while Deonna and Joe Doran were holding down Heath Slater's arms. And so Heath Slater, he was yelling out Rhino to come out to help him and all that stuff. So he was yelling out Rhino. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. So they ganged up on this guy, and they took him out. And so yeah, man. So yeah, this reminded me, like, when you had Eric Young on one side, and you had Heath Slater on the other side, like talking to Rhino, and Rhino was just silent. You know, it reminded me of these old cartoons, man. It reminded me of the old cartoons where you had like the angel on one shoulder telling you to do the right thing. You have the devil on the other shoulder telling you to do the wrong thing. That's what it reminded me of, man. But yeah, man. So yeah, Rhino once again did not choose a side and still hasn't said a word. Still hasn't said a word. Now, yeah, he is on his own. Heath is on his own. Now, Rhino, he probably, he may show up. He may show up. He may show up at Bound for Glory and, fight with Heath. And we could get Slater and Rhino back together. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. But, you know, if that if I had to make a prediction, that's probably my prediction. But yeah, man. So yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. So this was good, man. Good stuff. So yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a pick your poison match. And it was Savannah Evans with Tasha Steelz in her corner versus Mickie James, Hardcore Country, Mickie James. So yeah, man. So this is Mickie James' first match back in the Impact Zone. I think they said after 7 years or something like that. And so yeah, man. So yeah, Evans, she used her power against James, and then Steelz at one point had grabbed James' foot, and so we had a big boot to James, and then Evans at that point took control of the match. And so yeah, James, she tried fighting back and she bit Evans. And so yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, man, to take out the bigger opponent. And so yeah, man, so Mickie James hit a diving meteor to Evans, and then Evans had kicked out of the move, of course. And so yeah, man, so we had Deonna Purrazzo and her theme music. So Deonna Purrazzo theme music had interrupted the match. And so yeah, so James or Savannah Evans had hit the full Nelson slam to Mickie James, and so James kicks out. And so yeah, James hit a spinning kick to Evans. And so to end the match, man, we had a jumping DDT or a spinning DDT to Evans to win a match. So Mickie James wins the match. And so right after the match, we had Deonna Purrazzo. She got on a ring apron, and once again, they have a non-contact clause, a no contact clause per Scott D'Amore. Yeah, I mentioned that last week. I think it was last week or the week before that about a no contact clause between Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo. If either one touch each other, Deonna Purrazzo will be stripped of the championship, and James will not get a championship match. And so yeah, man. So Perazzo had gotten to James' face, and so she actually did. She actually did touch Mickie James. She pointed at her chest, like she did like this to her chest. And so yeah, so she did touch her, but she didn't hit her. She didn't assault her. She just touched her. And so yeah, man. So yeah, Matthew Rehwoldt, the drama king, Matthew Rehwoldt, he was behind Mickie James. He was standing behind Mickie James, and so he took out Mickie James from behind. And so yeah, right after that, man, Perazzo and Rehwoldt, they were backstage. Gia Miller had caught up to them. And so Gia Miller, she reminded Perazzo, like, hey, in the contract, there's a no contact clause. And so Perazzo, she said that she done nothing wrong. Like, I did nothing wrong. And so, and technically, I didn't assault Mickie James. And so, yeah, and so Perazzo said that her drama king did, Matthew Rehwoldt did. And so yeah, man. So Scott D'Amore, he showed up and he told Perazzo that, you know, even though you didn't touch Mickie James, you got somebody else to do it. So you messed up the contract. You broke the rules. And so yeah, so uh Scott, he was about to strip Perazzo of the championship, but he said that he wasn't gonna do it. He doesn't want to strip her of the championship, but he should strip her of the championship because she broke the rules. And so yeah, Scott, he has said that he can guarantee, he's guaranteeing that Perazzo will lose her title at Bound for Glory on Saturday. And so yeah, Scott, he had banned Matthew Rehwoldt from ringside. Like, he got sick and tired of Matthew Rehwoldt getting involved in Deonna Purrazzo's matches and her feuds and all that stuff. So he banned Matthew Rehwoldt from ringside. And so yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had a vignette from Brian Myers, How to Be a Professional, with the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, and it was chapter 44, and it was titled Consequences.
The most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, presents How to Be a Professional, chapter 44.
Chapter 44, Consequences. So yeah, they standing. You got that learning.
It was a total embarrassment. A complete and epic failure.
You're right, Coach. I've been taking some notes, and
No notes.
No. See, notes will not do this time. No, they will not. We're gonna have to spill some blood, boys. BSK lost to Rich Swann.
You're on the chopping block now, buddy.
Manny, where were you?
Yeah, where were you? You sent us to the back.
That was a test. And guess what, pal? You failed. That means you're completely uncoachable. You the best in your future endeavors.
Wow.
A garbage bag full of your stuff to your house.
Wow.
What are you saying, Teach?
You cut!
Cut. So Manny Lemons got cut. And you literally cut him.
you know, boss, that was difficult for all of us. We needed that kind of tough love to bring us back up. We're gonna come back stronger as a group. Yeah. I really
No, Sam. We're not done. No. Heads need to roll over this situation.
So somebody else getting fired.
Boss, I got this one. Hey, if you just put your address down right here, we'll send your garbage bag to your house and we'll take care of it for you. It's just that easy.
No.
Say it ain't so.
It's so.
So Sam.
Sorry, man. Did you just put your address
Oh,
down
you
right
think
here?
he talk? Sam is you, dude.
You're cut.
Oh.
Come on, guys. Let's get out of here.
See the bus. Brian, one last thing before you go.
What's that?
Will you sign my picture?
So you have a picture of Brian Myers. You want
Yeah,
Brian
BSK.
Myers to show it.
Sign up for the kid?
You told
Yeah,
BSK to
what
sign
can I make
it.
it for?
To Sam.
2 M's?
No, just
Okay.
To Sam. It said to same. That's what it says. It to same. To Sam. But yeah, man. He made the kid cry, man. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So Manny Lemons and Sam Bill got fired. They got cut. So they cut. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that, man. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had the contract signing. We had the contract signing for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships. And so yeah, man. So yeah, first off, man, we had a lawyer of the Inspiration, aka the Iconics or Billy Kay, the Iconics, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, and their lawyer had showed up to sign a contract. And so we also had Decay, who are the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. That's Havoc and Rosemary. And so they signed up, or they showed up and they signed the contracts. And so that was pretty much it. So yeah, still not a fan of the match, man. Like the Inspiration, the Iconics or the Inspiration, whatever you want to call them. Like their first match, they shouldn't have a tag team title match. They shouldn't have a championship match. Like it's their first night in the company, and they're getting awarded the championship title match over everybody else. You know, over other teams that has been there. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was it with that, man. That was it with the contract signing. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had a match, and it was Zayne versus Trey Miguel. And so yeah, man, this is good, man. So yeah, so both of these guys, they were trying to one up each other. We had an outside moonsault to Zayne, and then Zayne had caught Trey with a lariat. So we had this is the best spot in this match, dude. We had Zayne, he ran to Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel was on the top rope, and so Zayne, he had ran up to Trey Miguel, hit a front flip into a hurricanrana and knocked Trey Miguel off of the top rope. So that was freaking cool, dude. And so yeah, man, so we had a running knee to Zayne, and Zayne kicks out. And so we had kicks to Zayne, and we had a bicycle knee to Trey, and then Trey hit a 619 to Zayne. And so to end the match, we had Trey Miguel, he hit a diving meteora to Zayne to win the match. So Trey Miguel wins the match. And so right after the match, we had Steve Maclin, also a #1 contender for the X Division Championship, vacated X Division Championship. He attacked Trey Miguel. And so you have El Phantasmo, another contender for the X Division Championship. He came out with the Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Hikuleo. And so they ganged up on Steve Maclin. So Steve Maclin tried to fight them back. But the numbers had caught up to Steve Maclin. And so yeah, man. So they took out Macklin, and so the Bullet Club, they held up Trey Miguel, and they held him up. So yeah, Phantasmo was hitting super kicks. So he had a super kick on Macklin, and then he tried to go for a super kick on Trey Miguel, but he stopped himself. And so instead of going for the super kick, he punched Trey Miguel in the balls. He punched him right in his nuts. And so yeah, man. So in the family jewels or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so that was pretty much it. So of course it's the triple threat match. It's gonna be Trey Miguel, El Phantasmo, and Steve Macklin in a triple threat match for the vacated X Division Championship. So whoever wins the match will be new X Division champion. And so yeah, man. So yeah. So right after that, man, we had the main event. I guess you want to. Yeah, the main event wasn't no main event matches. We just had a main event segment. And so yeah, man. So we had Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. Josh Alexander. He came out to the ring, the challenger for the Impact World Championship. He came out. He spoke.
What is a risk? When 6 years ago I thought I was done with professional wrestling, I thought I'd never get to take another risk again. I thought I was going to live a safe life, going to a construction site every day to put food on the table for my family. And through the grace of God, or whatever you may believe, I was given an opportunity to come back to this business that I love.
Yeah.
And I have scraped, and I have clawed, and I have taken every single risk I could along the way for every opportunity to be standing where I am right now. The #1 contender for the World Championship. I will take risks all day long. There is one risk I'm not willing to take. I will not risk sending a message to my sons at home that they have a dream. They do anything but chase it with everything they have. So my boys can watch me this Saturday night, challenge for that World Championship, and bring it home, because every risk yields the biggest rewards.
And so yeah, man. So this is when Christian Cage interrupted. So Christian Cage, he had interrupted the promo, and he had a few words he wanted to say to Josh Alexander.
So here we are, just 2 days away from Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, I understand the enormity of this moment. I've been in this moment. I've been in this spot many times before. I understand what it's like to be on the biggest stage, because I have been on the biggest stages in this industry.
That's right.
I've wrestled for and won world championships.
Yep.
I've been in legendary matches that pay-per-views are named after.
TLC.
I understand what it's like to be in this moment.
Yep.
But Josh, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. What it comes down to is pressure and how you deal with it. If you can keep your emotions in check and deal with that pressure, because, pressure is a funny, fickle thing, Josh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some people, they crack under pressure. They break and they fade into oblivion. While others, like me, thrive under pressure and win world titles.
Yep.
Now, Josh, for as talented as you are, for as hungry as you are, and believe it or not, for as much as I respect you, you haven't done anything over these last few weeks that makes me think you have it in you.
Oh. So yeah, that was the first part. So we got another one. Like, there's different parts in this video.
Christian, I hear all your criticism, and it sounds all too familiar. You think I can't handle the pressure. I have critics. I've heard what they said over the years. I've been regarded as just a tag team guy, someone that isn't capable of rising to the occasion. Does this all sound familiar?
Oh.
Because it put a chip on my shoulder a mile wide. Just like Christian Cage had on his shoulder back in 2005 when he came to Impact Wrestling in the first place. Am I right?
That's right. Yep.
See, you had something to prove back then.
Yep.
You wanted to prove that you could be a main eventer, a world champion. That's the shoes I'm standing in right now.
now.
So it's all too familiar.
Exactly.
You want to talk about how you came back to this business to help the next generation? As long as you're cashing a check from a billionaire that owns a different company, you will never be
Oh. Ooh.
You want to talk about handling the pressure? Understand this. That's right.
Bring it home.
At Bound for Glory,
Bring it home. They chanting bring it home for Josh Alexander to bring home the Impact World Championship.
I bring that Impact World Championship home where it belongs. And I'm going to slam that forbidden door in your face and send shockwaves through this whole business to let everybody know that if they dare step through it, the man standing on the other side, the walking weapon, the Impact Wrestling World Champion, the best wrestler in the world will be standing there waiting for them.
Ooh.
Josh, you're not even the best wrestler from Canada.
Wow.
You're not
Ooh.
even the best wrestler standing in this ring right now. I am the best wrestler in the world, the Impact World Champion. And after Bound for Glory in 2 days, nothing changes. Hashtag and still.
Ooh.
You think that pissing me off is gonna work to your advantage, Christian? Well, let's see how that turns.
And here
Oh.
we go! Here we go! Josh Alexander's not wanting to wait, just letting his emotions...
So yeah, man. So both of these guys, they ended up fighting each other, man. And yeah, the security team, they try to break up the fight. Security team try to break up the fight, and yeah, the roster try to break up the fight too. And so yeah, so they separated these two. And so yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with the promo. The segment was really good, man. Love the back and forth. This is what they should have been doing, man. This is what they should have been doing this entire time instead of, having these guys team up together and fighting, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. I mean, they done it once. They did it one time, but they could have just continued to do it. They could have just continued to have stuff like this, or do like a contract signing or something like that. But yeah, man, this is what they should have been doing. But yeah, that was pretty much it with that, man. Pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man. So now let's get into the predictions, man. Let's get to my predictions for Bound for Glory 2021. Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory. So yeah, so for our first match, we have for the triple threat. It's gonna be a triple threat X Division Championship match. So it's gonna be for the vacated X Division Championship. It's gonna be Steve Maclin versus El Phantasmo versus Trey Miguel. And I'm going with Trey Miguel, man. Going with Trey Miguel all the way, bro. It's just his time, man. It's just his time to win that title. He's been there the longest. That feud that he had with Sami Callihan, in that match that they had, he beat Sami Callihan after Callihan was like he had no passion and all that stuff. Dude, it's his time, man. That's what I would do. I'll just give it to him. Man. Steve Maclin, El Phantasmo, he's a New Japan talent, so he's not going to win the X Division Championship and take it to Japan. And Steve Maclin can always win it later, man. But Trey Miguel, he deserves to win. So I'm going with Trey Miguel to win the vacated X Division Championship. And also we have the Digital Media Championship. So it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6-way. It's going to be a 6-way. And so, yeah, man, it's going to be John Skyler versus Crazy Steve versus Fallah Bahh versus Jordynne Grace versus Chelsea Green versus Tenille Dashwood. Now, yeah, I don't know, man. Digital Media? It's either going to be Jordynne Grace or Tenille Dashwood. If I had to pick, I'm going to go with Tenille Dashwood. I'm going to go with Tenille Dashwood to win. I don't know why, but I'm going with Tenille Dashwood. And so also we have Awesome Kong, so my fellow Awesome. We have Awesome Kong getting inducted into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame this Saturday. And also we have a 3-way, not a 3-way. We have a tag team match. So it's going to be Violent by Design, so that's Eric Young, not Steve Maclin. The hell? Diener, and Joe Doran versus Heath Slater and a partner of his choosing, or Rhino, but right now they have nobody. So yeah, so it looks like Heath Slater, he's gonna be going on alone. But yeah, I think Rhino, he's gonna show up. Rhino's gonna show up, and you know, Heath and Rhino gonna win the match. They're gonna win against Violent by Design. And so yeah, man. And also we have the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. We have the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. W. Morrissey will go out as, you know, W. Morrissey will come out last, and Chris Sabin will come out as number 1. Now, to win the match, might have to go with, I'm gonna go with, who's in the match? I'm trying to think who's in the match. The Call Your Shot Gauntlet. But yeah, I'm gonna go with W. Morrissey. I'm going with W. Morrissey since he's the last person. He's the last person, so I'm going with W. Morrissey. Either Moose or W. Morrissey, but I'm going with W. Morrissey. And also we have the Triple Threat Tag Team Title match, Triple Threat Impact World Title. Triple Threat Impact World Tag Team Title match. It's gonna be the Good Brothers. That's Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, who are the Impact World Tag Team Champions, versus FinJuice. That's David Finlay and Juice Robinson, versus representing the Bullet Club. We have Chris Bay and Hikuleo. So to win the tag team titles, I am going with. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with the Good Brothers to retain the titles. We'll go with the Good Brothers to retain the titles, and we're gonna get I think we're gonna get a rematch. We're gonna get a rematch between Good Brothers and Bullet Club, man. We're gonna get a rematch with them, and they're gonna bleed it into Dynamite. So yeah, man. So, or the Bullet Club can win the titles. The Bullet Club can win the titles, and Gallows and Anderson can get their rematch against the Bullet Club. But if I had to pick, you know what, man? Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm going with Bullet Club. I'm going with Bullet Club to win the titles, tag team titles. But I think they're gonna go with the Good Brothers to retain the titles. But me, I'm going with the Bullet Club to win. And so also we have the Impact Knockouts Championship on the line, and so it's gonna be Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo, who is the Reina de Reinas champion and the Impact Knockouts champion. I'm going with Deonna Purrazzo, man. Deonna Purrazzo to retain the championship. There is no way she is losing. So yeah, man, I'm going with Deonna Purrazzo to win and retain a championship. And also we have Decay. So yeah, we have the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship match. And it's going to be Decay, who are the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. That's Havoc and Rosemary versus the Inspiration. So that's Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. So they're not going to be calling themselves that. I think Billy Kay, I think her name is Jessie McKay or Jessie K or something like that. And Peyton Royce is like Cassie Lee. I think that's her name. But yeah, since it's their first, I'm going with what I want to happen. Inspiration, they should not be winning their, they shouldn't have no tag team title match, but they also shouldn't lose in their debut match. You gotta go with what makes sense. So yeah, at first, man, with the Impact Knockouts tag team titles, I would have gave it to Tenille Dashwood. I would have gave it to Tenille Dashwood and Madison Rayne. That's what I would have done. But yeah, I'm going with Havoc and Rosemary to retain the titles. I'm going with them to retain the titles. Like, there's no way the Inspiration should win their titles, win the Knockouts titles on their first night in the company, and just cut in front of the line in front of everybody else. So I'm going with Decay to win the match and retain their titles. And also, the main event we have for the Impact World title match, it's going to be Josh Alexander, the Walking Weapon, versus Christian Cage, who is the Impact World Champion. I'm going with Josh Alexander to win and become the new Impact World Champion. It's just his time, man. Just his time. And yeah, you don't cash in your X Division champion. You don't give up your X Division championship and lose the Impact World Championship title match. So yeah, I'm going with Josh Alexander to win the match. Just based off the story, man. Just based off his story and everything that he went through, and his upbringing and all that stuff. And plus Christian Cage, man, he's gone straight back to AEW. Once he loses that title, he's going straight back to AEW. And Impact Wrestling, the Impact Wrestling World title is coming back to Impact Wrestling. So yeah, I'm going with Josh Alexander to win the match and become the new Impact World Champion. So yeah, Josh Alexander is my pick. And so yeah, man, so that's pretty much it with my predictions. My predictions for Bound for Glory this Saturday. Cannot wait. We have some AEW talent that's going to show up too, and New Japan talent is going to be featured too on Bound for Glory, and also AAA talent is going to be featured on the show. So yeah, man. So and also they're gonna be in Vegas, man. They're gonna be in Vegas this Saturday. So yes, finally, man, they're gonna be out of that hellhole, that studio, man, in Nashville. So yeah, man. So yeah, can't wait for that, man. So we're gonna be seeing Impact in a new stage or in a new venue for the rest of the month. You know, right after Bound for Glory, they have some tapings. They're gonna be doing some tapings in Las Vegas. So yeah, man. So Impact Wrestling is gonna be looking different right after Bound for Glory. So yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with the show. That was it with the review. And yeah, man. And yeah, overall decent. Show was decent. It was good. It was okay. You know, tonight, you know, usually stuff don't happen on these go home shows. They just build up the show, the pay-per-view. But yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with the show. And if you like the video, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I'm here every single week, man. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, of course. Fridays for AEW Rampage, and Saturdays and Sundays are for WWE, Impact Wrestling, and AEW pay-per-view. So I'm here, man. And so yeah, man, follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about Impact Wrestling tonight. And share this video, man. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across. And yeah, man. And I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday for AEW Rampage. See you guys tomorrow for AEW Rampage. And then I'll see you guys on Saturday for AEW Dynamite. So Dynamite, once again, is going to be on a Saturday this week. So I'll see you guys on Friday for AEW Rampage. And I'll see you guys on Saturday for AEW Dynamite. And also, I'll see you guys on Saturday again for Bound for Glory. So Bound for Glory is going to start right after AEW Dynamite is over. So, yeah, I'll see you guys then. So, yeah, busy week this week is, man. And so, yeah, man. And if you guys missed the last week's review for Impact Wrestling, the video is going to be right up here. And a link to that video of last week's review of Impact Wrestling will be down below in the description. So you can click up here in this video right here, or you can click down below in the link that's in the description. So, yeah, man. And so, yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you, and thank you, my awesome ones. Thank you. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, see you guys on Friday for AEW Rampage. And this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.